Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Fleur, and in the next hour we're going to work into the back of our legs, so the hamstrings. If you have, please use or have ready a strap. If you don't have a strap, a belt will do, or a long towel that you could use, maybe a strong sturdy scarf. Okay? And we're going to start standing first of all. Bring the feet hip width apart. Please, David, are you ready? Okay. Here we go. Arms by your side. And we're just going to start warming up into our calves. So from here, just lifting up one heel, pressed into the ball of your foot, reach up through the crown of the head, and then start to paddle through the feet. So little movements through the feet. I'll go slightly sideways. That's it. Try to keep your hips steady, so you're not swaying side to side. So, but just pushing up. Keep going. Try and massage out through your feet, activating your calves. Good. And then to activate our core and our balance a little bit, move the opposite arm to the bent leg up, and then switch, and then switch, and switch. Oh, I'm muted. Let me do that. Keep going. That's it. Muted too. Good. Keep going. I'll go forward again. Try to keep your arms nice and straight as you stretch up. Last 4, and 3, and 2. Come up to tiptoes, David, and 1. Good. Bring your hands into your hips. Standing again, hip width apart. We're going to push up through the crown of the head, trying to lean a little forward into the toes, pushing down into the feet, and then slowly bring the heels back down. And again, push up through the heels and back down. Push up through the heels and down. Let's do it a little faster if you can. Push up and down. Push up and down. Up, down, up, down. 6 more. 6, 5, 4. Try not to pull out the ankles to the side. 3, 2. Calves start to burn, and 1, good. And then from here, just taking a little lift up through your right leg. Good. And then starting to hold here. On our exhale, we're going to straighten the leg and flex the foot. Bend the knee and flex the foot. 3, bend the knee, flex the foot. Stretch it away from you. 4, and flex the foot. 5, and flex the foot, and 6, and flex the foot. Shake it out. Let the leg just swing forward and back. You can also use your arms, opposite arm to leg, for a little balance again. And step the foot down to the other side. Hand can be again on your hips. Lift up your left leg, and then flex the heel away from you. Bend the knee. Try not to lean back with your chest, so you want to keep nice and strong in your core. And 3, and bend, and 4, and bend, and 5, and bend, and 6, ooh. And then again, swing it out, just gently, trying to loosen up through the hip. Good. And then release. Step the foot down, shake out the legs. From here, just taking a little length through your right leg, point your back toes, hands again onto your hips. And all we're going to do, we're going to draw the belly button in, and then we're going to pulse our heel towards our buttocks and straighten it again. 6 times. Here we go. 6, and straighten. 5, and straighten. Activate the glutes. 4, and straighten. 3, straighten. 2, straighten. 1, and straighten, and set it down. Other side, lengthen left leg away from you. Keep the chest nice and open, and then 6 times. 6, and straighten. 5, straighten. 4, straighten. 3, straighten. And 2. That's 3 though. This is 2. Last one. 1. Straighten and set it back down. shake out the legs. Lift up through your right leg, balance here. Let's go into the hips. From here, turn the knee out to the side and back in. For 2, back in. First 3, if you're feeling wobbly, hold on to something, chair or wall. 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, straighten the leg again. Straighten, flex the foot, bend, and straighten. Bend and point the toes. 3, and bend. 4, and bend. 5, and bend. Whoops. And last one, 6, bend, and slide the foot back down. Other side, transfer the weight. Bring the knee up, so the knee is in height. That's better, thank you. And here we go. Knee out. And in. Good. Control it through the core. 2, and in. And 3, and in. Nice and long through your right hip. 4, and in. And 5, and in. Last one. 6, hold it here. We're going to straighten. Flex the foot. And point, tip the toes. And 2, woo. And knee bends. And 3. Nice and slow. And 4. And in. And 5. And in. Well done. And 6. And in. Well done. Step the foot down. Shake out the legs. Really good. Whew, okay, from here we're going to come to the front of the mat. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back. Take a breath in and nice and slowly start to roll down your chin to your chest. Just chin to the chest. Slowly rolling down just the upper back. So the head is in height of your head and your belly button. Tuck the tailbone and roll yourself slowly back up to standing. So we're not going all the way down. Breathing in and again, 2 more times. Chin to chest, just the upper back. Rolling only halfway, tailbone slightly tucked, so just pointing downwards to the heels and rolling back up. Breathing in last time, exhale, chin to chest, start to let the arms hang forward. Oh, now come a little lower, bring the head in height of your knees, keep your tailbone pointing still down to the heels, and then roll yourself up by drawing the belly button in and pressing into the heels. Breathing in again, chin to chest. Rolling down again, head only to the height of about your middle thighs. And then again, rolling back up, drawing the belly button in, tailbone points down to the heels. Draw the chin to the chest when you roll down. Chin to chest. And now let's go all the way down. Start to bend your knees a little bit. And see if you can fold slowly down. If that's intense, you can bring your elbows to your knees. And just feel the lower back, feeling your head. You can also hold your elbows and just rock a little bit side to side, so starting to feel your hamstrings. Draw your belly button in. That's nice and smooth. And then from here, bring the hands down towards the floor. And then step back your right leg, step back your left leg, and push your hips back into a downward facing dog. Start to walk out through the downward dog. Press your hands into the floor and keep your arms nice and straight. Good. Make sure the whole hand is pressing down. Good. Well done. And then from here, bring your big toes together, touching. And press your left heel down. You can have your knee mini bend and reach your right heel away from you as you draw your belly in. And lengthen through the right heel. Hold it here. 3 breaths. Heel lengthens away from you. And slowly step the right foot back down. Change sides. Toes touch. Right heel draws to the floor. And then flexing your left toes down to the floor. And reach your left heel away. So you're not opening the hip to the left side. You're keeping your hips level to the floor. That's it, David. Good. Breathe. And bring the foot back down. Walking out a little bit again through the heels. And then slowly walking your hands back towards your feet. Pressing the floor away. Hang forward. And then draw the navel in and roll yourself slowly up to standing. Good. Well done. Breathe in, lift your arms up. Interlace the hands on your exhale behind your back. Lift up the chest, open the heart. And then hinging forward again. Fold forward. Try to draw the navel in and move the hands away from your buttocks. If you like, you can draw the chin to the chest, so that gives you a little bit more stretch in the back. Hold it here. Breathe. So starting nice and slow. And then from here, start to bend your right knee and look with your nose to the left knee. Left knee stays straight, but just the right knee is bent. And change, bending now the left knee, straighten the right knee. And bring your nose towards the right knee. Keep breathing slowly. One more time, straighten the left knee, bend your right knee and turn to the left knee. And change, straighten right leg, bend the left knee and turn with your upper body a little to the right leg. Come back to center, release the arms down and roll yourself back up to standing, bending your knees. Good. And go forwards again. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinging forward. Nice and slowly, head towards the floor. Walk your hands forward until you come again to a downward dog. Bring your feet hip distance apart. And then this time, lift up, hip distance apart, I said. Bend your right knee and push your left heel into the floor, stretching the left heel downwards. Breathe. And change. Bending your left knee and push the right heel down into the floor. That's it, Ruth. Relax the head a little. Good. Come back to center. Bring the big toes again together, touching, and lift your right leg up into the sky. Point the foot this time. Bend your right knee, and then look forward, stepping your right foot in the middle of the mat. From here, bring your left heel down behind you, press into the right foot, and lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands onto your hips. Make sure the hips are facing forward. Left toes are slightly turning towards the left side of the mat. Breathe in, hinging forward over your right leg. Press into your right foot and activate your right knee. You can have the mini bend of the leg to try not to lock your knees, so meaning that your quad is loose. You want to activate it, so this is active. Take a breath and draw the belly button in and push the floor away to lift yourself back up. 2 more times. Inhaling, exhale, hinging from the hips. Press into your right foot until you find that edge. Tailbone is pointing back from you. And again, press into the foot. Come back up. 1 more time. Exhaling, hinging forward, pressing into your right foot. Feel grounded through both legs. Well done. And then slowly bring your arms forward, bend your right knee. Transfer the weight and see if you can lift up your left leg with the hands in front of you. Now if that is challenging, just see if you can come fingertips on the floor and lift the left leg a little bit. If you can straighten, you can try to walk your hands back. Otherwise, keep fingertips. You might even mini bend the standing leg and engage your core. And then bending your left knee. Step it in front and fold forward. Good. Breathing in, lift your arms up. Roll yourself all the way up to standing. And we're going to fold down again. Uttanasana or forward fold. Come up halfway, lengthen the spine. Find your hamstring, activate the quads. Hands down, step back into a downward dog. Hips go back. Walk a little bit out through the heels and we're going to do the other side. Bring the big toes together, touching. And then lift up your left leg to the sky. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Point the toes this time. Press the right foot into the floor. And then bend your left knee. Look forward. and draw the left foot into your chest to step it inwards. If that's challenging, bring the right knee down. And then lift the back heel, bring right heel to the floor, press into the left foot, then lift up your arms, straighten both your legs. Find a stance that feels good and steady with your legs straight. Bring your hands onto your hips. 3 times, breathing in, activating the legs, hinging forward, exhaling. Press into that left leg. You don't want to bend it too much because you do want to feel the hamstring stretch, but you don't want to lock it so it's just loose and wobbly. You want to activate the leg. And again, inhale, press into the front leg. Come back up. And exhale, hinging forward. Keep that leg engaged. Good, Ruth, that's it. And again, press into your front foot to lift yourself back up. One more time, nice and slowly, hinging forward. Just on that edge. And then you can mini bend the front leg. Bring your hands forward. Press into your left leg and see if you can lift the right leg. Even if it's just a few inches. Trying to push into the standing leg. Fingertips lifting up the back leg. Good. You can also use maybe a book. You're wobbly today. And then bring that right leg forward again. And then hang forward for a moment, relaxing the head, finding the hamstrings again. Soften a little bit side to side. And then bending your knees to roll yourself back up to standing. Breathing in, bring the feet together and turn your toes out to the side. I'm going to come to face you. Turn the toes out to the side. This would be a first position in ballet. You want to keep the legs adapted, so the legs squeeze together. We'll take a breath in and then we're going to roll down again, but keeping the legs squeezed together as much as you can. Slowly roll down. You might not come as far. This side again. Keep the legs squeezed together. Good. Turn the toes out, David. Toes out to the side. That's it. And coming back up. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the belly in. Rolling yourself back up. One more time. Squeeze the legs together. Push them together and then roll the chin to chest. Keep engaging your glutes. Rolling down. You might just be here. You have to keep the legs active. No point going lower if you're losing that squeezing together of your legs. And then squeeze the legs together as you roll yourself back up. Well done. Good. Have the heels again apart. And then step your right leg over your left. Your hands to your hips again. Again, squeeze the legs together. Breathe in. And then hinging forward. Good. Try to keep active in the legs until you feel the hamstring stretch again. And then again, press into your right foot to lift yourself back up. Nice and slowly. Control using your core so that you are not using your lower back. And again, folding forward, squeeze the legs together. And pushing the floor away, using your belly, pushing the floor with the feet. One more, then we're going to hang forward, folding forward, squeezing the legs actively. And then if it feels comfortable, you can either walk your hands down towards your shin, or you can fold forward and again, release the arms, maybe. But keep the belly engaged and squeeze the legs together. Keep your neck soft by letting the head softly shake side to side. And then release the arms and roll yourself back up, or walk your hands up again, engaging the core to come back up. Other side, it's a little bit wobbly, so we're going to do it slowly, crossing your left leg over your right. Remember, only go as far as feels comfortable. Keep your legs nice and active, so squeeze them together. And then hands to your hips. Twice, and then we're going to fold forward. So again, squeeze the legs together. Active in the legs. Fold, maybe just halfway. And then pressing into your feet. Squeeze the belly in and come back up. Keep the shoulders nice and long, away from your ears, long neck. And again, folding forward. Squeeze the legs together. I'm watching you. Good. And then once you feel it pressing into the floor, belly in. That's very important. Last one, nice and slowly again, folding forward on your exhale. And if it feels okay, you can start to walk your hands down for a bit of support, or then soften the upper body down, but keep pulling belly button upwards. Hold it here, keep your neck soft. And slowly releasing, pulling the belly in first, and then coming back up, pressing the feet into the floor. Ah, good. Hopefully a bit warmer. Now shake out the legs a little bit. And then from here, just stepping yourself nice and wide with your feet. Push into the outside of your feet. Bring your hands onto your hips again. Take a breath in on your exhale, hinging forward. And then see if you can hold it here. So halfway, the crown is reaching forward towards the floor. Your core is engaged. And then reach your arms out to the side. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, twist. Right hand towards your left ankle. And draw yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come back up to halfway. Open the arms. And exhaling. Try to keep your hips nice and steady so you're not collapsing into one side. Right, and be mindful of your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Don't let the knees fall inwards. So sometimes it happens that your knee fall in when you turn to the side. So just go a little bit to the side. Knees face forward. Good, that's it. And then one more round. You can also hold on to the calf. And other side. Well done. And bring the hands into the middle if you can reach. You can also bend the knees slightly. Turn your toes out to the side. Bring the hands onto your knees. Press the floor away and stand back up. Good. Turning just your right toes inwards and reaching your arms either side of your body. Coming to another little opener for the hip but also for the hamstring. Press down into the feet and then hinging from your left leg. Reach the right hip back and bring your hand down onto your shin. Lifting up through the other arm. Keep pressing down into your big toe, the front big toe, and the outside of your back leg. Breathe and open the chest. Keep your neck nice and soft. Well done. And then windmill your arm, lower it down, and just do 3 circles. This is stretching the side. And 2. And 3. Look down to the floor, bending your front leg and lift yourself back up. Other side, turning your toes in, bring your right toes out to the side, and then hinging from that hip until you find the hamstrings again, and then reaching up the arm, turning your chest up, drawing your chest slightly back. Good. Find the hamstring, roll the shoulders away from your ears. And again, rotating the arm 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3. And then look down to your front leg, bend the knee, and then come back up to standing. Well done, good. And then from here, bring your feet together. Give them a little shake, and we're going to come down onto the floor now. No, we're not. We're not. We're going to come to one more standing pose. This is where you need your staff or your strap if you want to. You're going to have a little balance. If you are on a slightly wobbly surface, like if your mat's quite thick, I would suggest not doing it on the mat and something like a bit sturdier floor. And you might not need this, but let's see how it goes. So again, this is strengthening into our leg. It's a balance with a straight leg. So we're going to bring your strap around your right leg. So I have to do my left because it's mirrored. You can now hold either your hip with your hand, or you can hold onto something. So got my wall next to me, or like a chair. And then place your hand inside of your knee and try and straighten the legs so your heel is drawing away from you. Good. If it's a little bit of a short one, you don't have to have a strap. You can also just, that's it, Ruth, bring it down here. That's it, well done, good. And then from here, Hold it and lift your chest up, pressing down to your standing leg. Good, that's it, Ruth, well done. Breathe. Try to keep the chest lifted. And then slowly bring the leg out to the side. Take your time, nice and slowly. Hold on to something. You can hold on to the wall. It's absolutely fine. 2 more. Out to the side. Back in. You're working that strength. Bring the leg out. And back in. Last time. Out. And back in. Well done. Bend the knee. Shake out your standing leg. Really good. Well done. So, if it's difficult with a strap, you can do also this exercise just without a strap and just moving the leg forward and back to the side. So that's also a possibility, especially if your strap isn't very long or it's quite challenging, because it does take a lot of strength. So let's do the other side. Again, bring the strap around your foot and then see if you can straighten the leg. Try to pull the shoulder back so that you're not having the shoulder pulling forward. You want to pull it in. Good. 3 times, holding here for a moment. Focus on something, so really steady your gaze. Breathe slowly, active in your core, and then out to the side. Notice the shift of weight. And again, bring the leg forward, coming to you, and try to throw it. There's not a swooshing motion, it's really controlled back in. And 2 more. Out to the side. Keep the side nice and long. And back in. And last one. Out to the side. Good. Well done. And back in. And then bend the knee. And everyone's so done. Yeah, we'll stop this now. Okay. We're going to come down. So have the strap just on the side. We're going to start at the back of our space. Take a breath in. Reach your arms up again if you like. A little bit of lifting up and then folding forward, hips go back, hang down towards the floor. And then slowly bring the chest forward, walk yourself forward again into a downward dog, and then push your hips back and just see if your downward dog, the hamstrings feel a little bit more loose in this position now. The rest of the movements are going to be on the floor. So let's bring the knees down towards the floor. Take a moment for a tabletop position. And then untuck the toes. Hold the balance, draw the belly button in, and then lengthen your right leg away from you. Point the toes and find the length through the spine. Belly in. So again, feeling that we are controlling it through the movement of our core. And then bend your right knee, flex your right foot, and we're going to squeeze up through the knee for 8 times. Here we go, squeezing up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the foot, draw the knee towards the right elbow, and then squeeze it back up. Just for another 7. And up. 6. And up. 4. I've got 5. This has 5. 4 more. 4. Try not to round too much to the spine. You just want to move the leg. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Go out to the side. 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring the knees down and take little circles through the hips. And the other direction. Good. Let's do the other side. Tabletop position. If you need to rotate the wrist for a moment, please do so. Good. You can also roll the mat over so you have a little bit of a height for the wrist. Lengthen up your left leg. Good, that's it. Flex your foot and little squeezes. 8, 7. Keep the core engaged. Look down. Keep the neck long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the foot and then 8. Knee to your wrist, to your elbow. 7. And lift. 6. Just the leg is moving as much as possible. 5. Good. 4. Really squeeze the glutes as you lift up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee down, out to the side. 8. Keeping the hips steady. 7, 6, 5, 4. Notice what happens in the core. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Good. And then bring the knee down and rotate again through the hips. Releasing the tension on the wrists. And change direction. Good. Alright, from here we're going to bring our right leg forward. Step the right foot forward between your hands. If you want to, roll your mat over or pad your mat by just bringing, I should have done that before, just a little bend in there, and then you have a bit of support for your knee. From here, tucking your left toes under, and then wriggle your right foot as far forward as you can. You might be on fingertips, or if you have something like books or something that you can hold you high, that can be a help. And then from here, just draw your hips backwards. See if you can find that hamstring. Just a nice little movement back and forward. When you go back, see if you want to reach the heel forward, and when you come forward, point the foot. Let's do another 4, core engaged, 3, and 2, nice and soft, 1, hold it here, make sure your hip is over your knee, breathing in, lift the chest a little, on your exhale, draw the belly button in and fold over your leg, nice and slowly, like waves, inhaling, lift, and exhaling to fold, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to fold, just one more, inhaling to lift, and exhaling to fold, and now press down with your heel to the ground, as if you want to imprint your heel towards the floor, and hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Take one more breath and exhale, point the foot and see if you can come a little lower. And then release, come back up, press the floor away, bend your knee back in, change sides. Bring your left foot forward between your hands and stretch it forward, wiggle it a little bit in. And let's go forward and back, hips back, flexing the toes and forward a little to point. And hips back. And a bit forward to point. For 3 and 4. Got to flex the back toes. 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it, flex, activate that leg. Breathe in, exhale, fold a little bit over your leg. And again, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling to fold. Inhale, lifting with the breath. So just riding on that edge of the stretch. One more, inhale and exhale, finding your edge, and then just activate your legs. So press a little down with your heel to the floor and hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, like the walk of fame, you want to imprint your heel on the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Point your foot, breathe in, and then see if you can find a little bit of more space, very carefully. And then coming back up, and then bring the foot, oops, mat slides with me, back. Give your hips a little wiggle, and one more time, come to a downward dog, push it, I'm pushing the floor away. Draw your hips back and up. And again, feel how your hamstrings feel here, tilting the tailbone upwards. And from here, let's come down onto our knees. And we're going to sit on one side and bring the legs out in front of us. And then you can roll yourself slowly down onto your back, either holding the back of your knees, or you can also straighten the legs and roll yourself slowly down. Well done. From here, bending your right knee into your chest, keep the left leg straight and draw the knee to your heart or your armpit. Well done. And then draw your chin to the chest and start to straighten your leg away from you. See how far you can go. Maybe it's here, maybe it's here. Everything is good. Chin to chest so that you're straightening out the legs. Good. And then we're going to bend the knee, bring it into the chest. And exhale, try to keep it there and straighten the leg, pulling yourself up. Bend the knee into the chest and straighten. You can either do it with a little lift. If that's uncomfortable for your neck, just stay down with the head and then bend your knee into the chest and then try to keep pulling it towards you and straighten it. Good. Bending the knee and straighten it. Bending it. You can also flex the foot. More intensity. Good. Your choice. And then the last one, hold up here, walk your hands up to the ankle, now draw your chin to chest and hold it. And then lift up your bottom leg, good, and make little circles with your bottom leg. 4 movements in one direction, little circles, and 4 in the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, change direction, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And roll yourself back down, bending your knee back into the chest and then sliding it away from you. Give it a little shake. Other side, bring the left knee into your chest. Hold it here for a moment. Lie on your back. And then draw the chin to chest, roll yourself up. You can straighten the leg. Holding it here, or behind your calf, or behind your thigh. And then bending the knee, rolling back down, chin to chest, and straighten. Also flex the foot. And rolling back down. And again, chin to chest, activate the core, or just staying low with your head, and just bending the knee, and straighten, and bend the knee. And straighten either with a flexed foot or with a pointed. Flex is more intense. And one more. And then draw the chin again to chest. Roll yourself up. Walk your hands up towards the highest point. Point the toes. Lift up your bottom leg and little circles. So 1. Belly in. 2. 3. And 4, other direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's come to double leg, straight leg switch. Switching the legs and exhale, pulling. Inhaling to switch, exhale to pull. Keep core engaged. Let's do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bend both your knees into your chest, lay the head down, and give yourself a little rock and roll massage side to side. Good. So now we're going to come to where we want to aim with our deep hamstring stretch, which is the splits. So I want to work onto your splits, but first of all we're going to just open a little bit more into the front of our hip. So we're going to place our left foot down, not too close to your sit bones, moving the foot slightly away from you. And then straighten your right leg, holding behind your right thigh. From here we're going to push our hips up. So our hips are off the floor, left foot is pressing into the ground. Good. Ooh, falling over to the side. Now I'm going to place your hands on top of your thigh, or if it's available, onto your shin. And we're going to press our hands to the shin, but the shin is going to press towards us, and the left foot is pressing the floor, so hips stay high. Here we go. We're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good. Bending your right knee. Let's change sides. Right foot down. Lift up your left leg. Point the foot. Hands first of all behind your hamstrings. And then lift up the hip. Hold this balance, and then pressing your hands against the thigh and push against them or your shins. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ask yourself, why is this? Well, this is also for opening up this movement. So we want to keep it nice and open. And then we're going to roll ourselves onto the side and push ourselves up from the floor. We're going to roll ourselves back into a tabletop position. And we're going to have various options now for a split. So we're going to step our right foot forward again, like we did in the beginning. And then we're going to frame our foot with our hands. So our chest is connected to the thigh. You might be on fingertips. If you have some books handy, you can also place some books around your ankle. And I'm going to show you where we're going to go. So from here, we're going to wriggle our right foot slowly forward, and then keeping the left toes tucked. So you don't want to turn the toes out as the heel in and pointing the toes like in ballet. You want to keep the toes tucked. And then we're going to breathe in. On our exhale, we're going to try and straighten the back leg, and then straighten the front leg. So in this position, you can bend the right knee and bring the left knee down again. Let's do that 6 times. So you go as low, you might be here. Here is absolutely fine. As long as you feel that you have support, the hands are on the floor, this is where you can go. Let's do it together. So lifting the back knee off the floor and then straightening the front leg. So wherever you are, you might be here. There you go. Bend the front knee, bend the back knee. Go. And again. Straighten the back knee off the floor, straighten the front leg, pointing the toe. Good, Ruth, that's it. And then bend and lower back knee down. You can go a little lower, you can always go lower. Straighten front leg, lift up back knee, bend back knee, and bend front leg. Try to get the hips further down, 2 more. Straighten back leg, straighten front leg, and bend back knee, bend front leg. Last one. Bend, lift up left knee, straighten front leg, and then hold it. See if you can hold it with your legs straight, keeping the shoulders rolled back. Wherever you are, if you're quite open in your splits, press down into your feet. Good. Keep your eyes either gently focused or maybe close your eyes and just feel what is happening in your body. Notice if any tension arises and see if you can loosen the tensions. And just focus on holding that sensation. And then nice and slowly releasing by bending your back knee, bending your front knee, and then bringing your front foot back. Or you can bring it out to the side. That's also a good way to bring it out. Wriggle up the hips for a moment. And let's come to the other side. So from here again, stepping your left foot forward, and then just with the toes, sliding the foot to the front, framing your foot with your hands, or they can be on the floor. I just like to use the books or the blocks. And then tuck the back toes under and draw that back knee back a little bit. Good. And here we go again. Straighten the back leg, and then straighten the front leg. And bend the front leg, bend the back knee. And again, nice and slowly, lift the back knee, straighten the front leg. And bend front leg, bend back knee. Find a little more space if available. Straighten back leg, Keep the glutes engaged, straighten front leg, bend front leg, bend back knee. And again, last two, straighten back knee, straighten front knee, bend front knee, bend back knee, really nice. Last one, I'm going to hold it. Straighten back knee, straighten front leg. See where I'm today? Yeah. Closing your eyes and breathe. And again, notice if you're trying to push down, you don't want to do that, you just want to keep the legs active. Notice the sensations. And release, slowly pushing the hips back. Bring that front leg a little bit in, draw the hips back. Well done. And then from here, bring that left leg back, wriggle the hips a little bit out to the side. And you can sit back onto your heels and reach your arms forward and rest the forward on the floor. And maybe give your hips a little wiggle. Well done. So I remember as a child, I always wanted to be in the splits, and it never happened. Not without a massive immense of discomfort. And it was because I was trying so hard that my body just locked itself. So I went, no, I'm not going there. And only in my grown-up stage I have actually managed to release into it. Because hamstrings are quite clever. They just, they just lock if you push through it. Fortunately for us. And then take a deep breath in and just sigh it out. And just to close, we're going to bring the hands back towards us. We're not feeling super heavy. We're going to sit back onto one side. Bring your legs out in front of you. And then straighten the legs, or you can bend the knees and come to, again, a little roll down. Or a last little motion of core work to lie on our back. Good. We're going to end in a little twist. So from here, step your feet in. And then just draw the hips over to the left and draw your knees over to the right. And you can hold your top knee, your left knee, with your right hand. Make sure the back hip doesn't fall backwards, so keep the knees in line and bring the feet slightly forward. And then just reach your left arm up and over, either stretching it to the side. If that's too intense, you can also bring it slightly further down. So a little variation. And take a few breaths here. Letting the spine be rotated easily, not with you stretching it or trying too hard. And then coming back, bring the arm either over the head or under, and then rolling your left leg first of all to the ceiling, and then the right, and then wiggle your hips over to the left side. Bring the knees over to the left. Again, finding a right position for your arm. You can bring the arm up and over, or let it hang a little bit down. And breathe. Slowly release, roll the arm down, and then stepping your right leg up to the ceiling, and then left, not to the ceiling, bring the knees back to the ceiling, and then slide the legs away from you, and just come to a little relaxation at the end, arms by your side, closing your eyes, becoming very still now, feeling how heavy and loose your legs are. Just a few breaths to reset yourself. And then slowly bringing the knees back into your chest. One by one, give yourself a little hug. And you can either roll yourself up and down the spine if that feels nice, by having the hands behind your knees, drawing the chin in, and then give yourself a little momentum, lifting the feet up. But you can also roll over to one side and just bring yourself up to seated position. And bring your knees down and come one more time to a downward facing dog. Any direction will work. Pushing the hips back, stretching out through the arms. And again, noticing how your hamstrings are feeling, the back of your body. And then walking your hands to your feet. Again, hanging forward if it feels okay for you. And then pressing into the feet, draw the belly button in, and either walk your hands up the legs or let them hang and stack. Knees over ankles and hips over knees until you come up to standing. And you can face back to me. And then just from here, we're going to take another breath in, reach the arms high up to the ceiling. Turning the feet parallel and exhaling, just swinging out. And inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, letting it go. One more inhaling up. Bend your knees in. Bend the knees. And then reaching the arms up. And that's it, bend the knees. And then you swing up. And then bring the arms out to the side. Roll the shoulders up to the ears. And roll them down. Two more, roll them up to your ears. And roll them down. One more, roll them up to your ears. And down. And then the other direction, roll them back and up and forward and down. And again, back and up and forward and down. Last one, back and up. And hold it here and then just drop them. And again, lift them up and drop. And lift them up and drop. And then breathe in, lift the arms up. And bring your hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope your hamstrings feel very good and feel very grounded.